Hi, everyone. Steve Adubato. We kick off the program with our media partner, Anthony Russo. Tony, can I call you Tony? You are Anthony Russo officially, but Tony Russo is the president of the Commerce and Industry Association of New Jersey and publisher of Commerce Magazine, our media partners. Good to see you, Tony.
Good to see you, Steve. Thanks for having me on.
You got this. We're taping this a few days before the state budget is supposed to be legally, constitutionally established in New Jersey, June 30th. Let's get this one out of the way. We don't know what's going to happen with the corporate tax being sunset. Let's not talk inside baseball. What is the corporate tax, A, and B? What the heck does it mean for it to sunset?
Yeah, so thanks, Steve. So if a company is labeled a C corporation, they would be subject to the corporate business tax, commonly referred to CBT. New Jersey right now has one of the highest in the country at 11.5%. A few years ago, they added a 2.5% surcharge that we understand is going to sunset. That would be a good thing because that would drop us back down to 9%.
Sorry for interrupting. Sunset means it goes away.
Yeah, sunset means it goes away. But just the 2.5% surcharge. We still think 9% is high when you compare it to Pennsylvania and some other states, but at least it's a move in the right direction where some of our companies will get to save money. And just to kind of put it into perspective, the state budget, the top three revenue generators, gross income tax, sales tax, and right behind sales tax is the corporate business tax to the tune of about $4 billion a year. So it's a significant number.
Last time we had the governor, and we will have the governor again in the next few months, the governor has made the argument, and many in his administration have made the argument that New Jersey is very business friendly, and it is becoming even more business friendly. You buy that?
It's a complicated question. There are a lot of good things about New Jersey, and there are things that still need improvement, regulatory framework, taxes. I think we could do better. I really do. I think we could be more competitive. We could attract more companies, not to say that companies don't come in and start their businesses. But Steve, for every company that we see coming into New Jersey, maybe there are 2 or 3 that leave for a lot of reasons. So business decisions are complicated.
Where are they going? I'm sorry for interrupting. Where are they going?
It depends on the industry. I mean, a lot of them go to Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Delaware. I think with the advent of technology and technology getting better, I mean, unless you have to physically be in a state, you could probably operate your business remote, right? We've all experienced remote work since the pandemic. So a lot of companies are looking at their bottom line dollar and looking at the cost of doing business. And if you could do the cost of doing business somewhere where it's more cost effective, that's a great business decision to make, right? We hope, CI&J hopes that they stay here because we enjoy having them as members. But again, to answer your question, I think it could be better. And I think there could be more that can be done to help businesses stay here and grow here.
Right. You mentioned regulatory issues. Let's break that down and get more, dare I use the term, granular. Give us one concrete example of a state regulatory issue or a situation that is of significant concern to the business community.
Right. So again, getting a little technical, is something called environmental justice, which obviously is good intended. It's to help these communities where maybe these plants, these legacy plants have been around, but they're also located, and there's a lot of, and I'm going to abbreviate the EJ, being environmental justice. There are a lot of companies that if you're subject to the environmental justice rules, they just went final earlier this year, or actually recently. A lot of companies have trepidations in the sense of how much time is it going to take if I have to build a new plant here or if I have to modify a permit. So I always go back to the intent is always good. And I think our companies support the intent of it. And that's community outreach, that's community education, lowering emissions if you can, reducing pollution. But, again, when a business makes a decision, time is a factor. It costs money. So if there's no certainty as far as how long it's going to take to get a permit, that could be an issue to get your permit modified. And again, the department has been very good in trying to understand our issues and working with us. And I'm sure we're going to kind of go.
You mean Department of Environmental Protection?
Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry, Steve. Yeah, Department of Environmental Protection. So that's just one example. And there's a lot going on with electrification. I know the governor's energy master plan. A lot of our companies are worried, quite frankly, what's the future going to hold in terms of whether you have boilers and other equipment that's going to be electrified. I mean, there's a lot going on the regulatory side. I mean, that's my background. I used to work at DEP, but when I think of it, it's been years since I've seen this kind of activity with the flood hazard rules. And if you don't know what they are, it's going to change development again, rightfully so, because a lot of areas of the state flood. And so if you happen to be in a floodplain, you got to adjust for that. Again, that means money, that means time. So it'll keep our businesses very busy in the near future just to comply with all the different initiatives coming out of Trenton.
All right, let me just play devil's advocate here. But those environmental laws, those issues, those laws or those regulations regarding flooding, those initiatives, the governor talking about going green and there are certain deadlines that is created in his clean energy plan. And we've done a whole range of programming on that. People who are pro and advocates of it and those who are concerned about it, particularly look at our interview with Senator Tony Bucco, who has real concerns about the governor's clean energy initiative. But that being said, there's got to be a balance between wanting to attract business, but also having a clean environment, going green, being concerned about flooding. Is it the regulations or the way the agencies manage the permits you need for the regulations, which is really about inefficiency and red tape, really?
Look, it's a combination of both, right? It's how the regulations are going to be implemented, but it's also we can't put our state in an economic disadvantage unless our neighbors are doing it too, right? So whether it's climate change, and again, and I want to stress this, all the members that I talk to all want to do the right thing. Obviously, they live here, they raise their families here, they want clean air, they want clean water. It's how you get there, right? That's always the issue, and it's how much is it going to cost in terms of administrative requirements and studies and permit modifications? And that's where we got to strike the balance in terms of efficiencies and bringing down maybe permit fees and things. Make it easier to comply, and the companies will do that. I think that's really the issue is what the cost of compliance is.
Tony, before I let you go, real quick, Commerce Magazine recognized companies that care. What kind of companies and why is it so important that they show they care in the community? By the way, many of whom are underwriters of our work. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate that, Steve. We're proud of the fact that we kind of coined the term companies that care about 9 years ago. And each year we ask our companies, tell us about the good things you've done for your community and your local charities. And we collect those stories and we have an independent panel of judges, pick winners. And we celebrate them through the magazine, but also celebrate them through a breakfast reception. And we just had that a couple of weeks ago. And it goes from realtors to environmental companies to utilities. So nice thing about CINJ is we represent all the sectors. So it's really good to get them all in a room and kind of hear what each other are doing. And they learn from each other. And we're proud of that we've done that now 9 years in a row.
That's Tony Russo, president of the Commerce and Industry Association of New Jersey and publisher of Commerce Magazine, one of our media partners. Tony, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
You got it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At the Community Food Bank of New Jersey.
We are working.
Now more than ever.
To fill the emptiness caused by hunger.
We are the state's largest anti-hunger organization.
And together with our 800+ community partners,
we are committed to delivering food,
help,
and hope
to our hundreds and thousands of neighbors in need.
Also brought to you by the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare. The Russell Berry Foundation, making a difference. New Jersey Sharing Network. The New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Valley Bank. Community Food Bank of New Jersey. NJM Insurance Group, serving New Jersey's drivers, homeowners, and business owners for more than 100 years. And by PSC, where your story is our business.